Welcome to the West Midlands Police Museum. Obviously, you know my name's Tony. I'm going to give you some information about the building and how it operated and what its purpose was in life. Therefore, the building was designed with a full glass roof so that the light could naturally travel through. The other thing to note, as we go round, is that in 1891 there were no toilets, as well as no artificial light. And what I'll demonstrate to you is how a cell would have looked back in 1891. To the wall, no toilet, no hand wash. That bucket is the toilet. If you come this way, come on in. Your light at night would have been supplied by a candle. So this digital interactive is obviously an actor, but it is based on a real genuine character that we have the records for. A gentleman called Thomas Tank. Who was a drunkard, constantly drunk. So this, I've got to go that way, haven't I? Stand that side. This cell behind me represents how this building would have looked during the war, Second World War. So what you will see on the left in the storyboard actually depicts the front of the police station, which is next door. But you can see the devastation that would have been literally outside this building.
Press the red button.
We'll do that in a minute.
Oh.
You want the effects.
Oh, yeah. What's the toilet flushes for?
Toilet flushes are there to flush the toilets. As a prisoner, you don't flush your own toilet. So it would have been the responsibility of a custody officer every 2 hours to flush the toilets. So, if you for you to experience what it would have sounded like when the building was in use, you listen. You can hear shouting, screaming, banging, door kicking, all sorts of noises. The volume level that this is set at isn't loud. But if you imagine 60 people all at the same time doing this, all wanting attention, the noise level would have been significantly high. So in this cell, we refer to something like called modern cell. And in the picture on the storyboard, you can see that there's a custody officer there scanning somebody with a metal detector. And that photograph was taken downstairs. It shows you also the style of food that they now get served whilst being detained. And I am reliably informed that the all-day breakfast is the best meal to have all day. Okay, again, you can see there's more information on this storyboard describing how it is like, how life is in a modern custody. I have actually been to the replacement building for this building in Perry Bar, and it actually operates almost the same. It's just very modern.
So there's no plugs or things like electric?
No.
Wow.
Not. In the modern custody block, the benches are about this high off the floor, so that if you're drunk, you can't fall off and injure yourself, whereas our benches are much higher. Toilet facilities
I
and...
just want to ask something. So, in the old cells,
Yes.
the number now, so how many people have you got? What's the size of a cell?
One person.
So one person, but what's the...
I don't know, I've never measured one. But if you want
He's got interested to find
only
out.
for 24 hours.
maximum 24 hours, unless you were arrested on a Friday, in which case you would be here till Monday,
And then move into...
and then you'd go to court.
Unless that Friday was bank holiday. If it's bank holiday weekend, you do that. If you're arrested on Saturday afternoon, you stay till Tuesday.
I do like your input, madam. If you want to compare the size, you look at that cell, and then the cell behind you, G8, that is the smallest cell.
That's 6 foot wide.
Thank you.
It's great, you know all this stuff. Yeah?
So that's the smallest.
Yes.
Yeah, really small.
Right, so this cell depicts how things have changed over the decades, because as we got into the 70s, 80s, 90s, we had things like medical facilities within the custody block. So in the original equipment, that's the original bed that was in the medical facility when it closed. I'm going to stand this side because those spotlights are shining straight in my face. Now, this cell talks about capital punishment. What do we mean by capital punishment? Capital punishment refers to whatever the judge sentences you to, up to and including death by hanging.